All right, so this is going to be a quick breakdown of how I made the Peach and Daisy EDM track. Just going to try to get through it as quick as I can. So this is a project file. This is what it looks like in its entirety. So yeah, these are like all the channels here. Let's just start with the intro patch here. This little like... Yeah, so this is actually just Daisy. Her voice, it's getting looped. So like, let me try to play one note. Let me see if I can play a note. Yeah, it's just her saying ouch. But it's like heavily processed. Super processed. Yeah, so it's just her saying ouch. Let me just undo all of that. Yeah, and it sounds like that. So all I did was just loop that little part of her saying ow, like the ow part right there. It's just looping back and forth, as you can see, and it just creates this really interesting like atmospheric sound that I liked. So that's really cool way I make a lot of synths. I just put in a sample and, I just loop a piece of it and I just, get a whole new sound, new patch out of it. As far as the processing goes, it's just some basic EQing, a compressor to just bring everything to the surface, more compressors, taming some harsh frequencies. Oh, and I also have this RC20. It's just giving it like a wobble effect, like a lo-fi kind of sound, Yeah, so there's that sound, just very straightforward. I also have this Peach in the intro, this Peach sound. So like, as you can tell down here, I have this rack that I made called Razo Drownout, and basically it just makes anything sound like it's underwater. So it's just comprised or composed of a filter, just automating upwards with this knob. So the automation looks like that. It's just going up and up and up and up, and it's opening up. And as it goes up, it sounds like it's going from under the water to like the top of the water. So it's just getting brighter and brighter. And then it goes underwater right here. Yeah, I just wanted it to fade out right there. So there's that sound. It's just Peach saying ha cha in a very rhythmic way. Let's see what else we have here. I think this is Samsora. Yeah, that's Samsora. All I did was heavily equalize it. I wanted it to sound kind of like radio-ish. So I boosted the 900 or like 700 hertz over here. Actually, I don't know what I did here. I like tamed it, but then I brought it back up. God damn. Yeah, and then I compressed it. I gave it some volume automation, reverb, more compression, and then just some soothe to get rid of some harsh frequencies. Yeah, so all together. So yeah, there's that. And then just down here, I just have my basic effects. So like I have my regular riser that I use on all my tracks. And then going backwards, just going down. Oh! So this clap sound up here that I have is really, really cool. That's actually Peach's jab, or Daisy's jab. So whenever you get smacked by Peach or Daisy with a jab, that's what it sounds like. And it worked really, really well as the clap. All I did was just equalize it to get rid of all the low frequencies. All of that like muddiness. Like right there sounded really good. And then just, what did I do here? Serum effects. Oh, I just gave it some width. So like without this, it's like not wide, and then with it, it's like wider. I'm mid-side EQing, so like only the like smack part, the ka, the 1K hertz is like wide, but everything above that is just kind of more in the center, mono. Some soothe to get rid of the really harsh frequencies. Compression, saturation. And yeah, that's it for the clap. And then I automate it so like over here at the drop, it hits harder. Like I automated this one. And that's Peach walking. So that's her footsteps. And they play together at the same time. So as you can see over here, it's off. Like this yellow button right here where my mouse is, it means that it's off. I automated it on. So right here, it turns on. And at the drop, it just turns on and everything plays together. Just got a regular kick here. I took a sample from Peach and Daisy sound, and I used that as like the transient and like a bit of the snappy part of the kick, and layered it over a regular kick. So it just sounds really punchy. There's also this heart sound that I put in here. There's two. So there's a deep one. It's pitched down like a whole like octave almost. And then I have the regular one. And it just sounds so good. And I added this cool effect where it's like spinning around your head. So as you can see from this plugin, this little red dot right here. So like that's where the sound is. So if I were to turn that up, actually, let me just show you an example. Let me crank that up. You'll understand the effect more. So now you could actually hear it very apparently that it's spinning around your head. So I gave a little bit of that effect in there, you know, just 50%. But then at the drop, I lowered the volume on it. I didn't want it to be too loud and aggressive, but I made it 100%, or not 100%, 75% wide. So it's like spinning around your head. Oops, spinning around your head. A lot wider than it is in the build-up. It's just very subtle. It's just a lot quieter. So yeah, there's that's her like back air up tilt sound, her little magic sound. So there's that. Same deal going on here. It's just going down. The panning. It's getting more in the center. And then over here, starts spinning around your head again. Yeah, so there's that sound. I want to talk about the melody. So let's talk about this melody. So we have this one. And like, I don't even know which one this is. It just says voice like VC Peach 1. Let's check it out. Let's turn this off, turn that off, that off. Turn all of that off. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Oh my god. Huh. Oh, that's her saying, "Did I win?" Let's check it out.
Did I win? Did I win? Did I win? Did I win?
Yeah, so that's what it is. Yeah, so that's what that sound is. It's just her saying, "Did I win?" And I just have it where it's like looping a lot, just processing it. It's looping really fast actually right here. And I thought it sounded really good for like the lead melody. I pitched it up a little bit with elastic pitch, just a little because it was out of tune. I probably could have done it somewhere here, but I don't know. EQ'd it to get rid of all the lows, you know, all this muddy stuff. Some OTT just to like compress it, bring everything to the surface without it. Everything's kind of like shallow. And then with it. Without it. And then with it. Everything's just a little brighter. You know, it's not even like full amount. It's just at 59%. More EQing just because the OTT brings back the lows sometimes. It does that. So just more EQing to just be safe, you know. Boosting some of the clarity frequencies at the 1.7K. Boosting a little bit of the highs here just to give some more clarity. And then just taming this harsh area right here. It's not that harsh, but like I just don't like having those frequencies add up. Those are some really harsh frequencies. And then just a reverb here just to give it some more space. You know, without it, it's very like... It's very dry. And then with it, it's just a lot bigger, a lot more space. So yeah. And then just over here, I have this rack that I saw someone making it on a Instagram tutorial, and it just gives it some more grit at on the high end right here. So without it, and then with it, very subtle difference. It just goes from sounding too cold and digital, and then when you turn it on, it just sounds warmer and like more analog. And I wanted to go for a more natural sound. And then Soothe is doing a lot here. Like, it's taking away all these harsh frequencies. Not taken away, but just really taming them when they become problematic. Soothe is an amazing plugin. I use Soothe on all my tracks now. It's a game changer. And then I have this melody right here. And that one's very straightforward. It's actually Peach's side taunt when she says la 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 la. And this is what it sounds like. Oops. Yeah, so that's the la from her taunt, and I just kind of cropped it to like this area, and she's just singing the melody with the la, and I thought that was really fun. You can kind of hear it in the song, like it's very subtle, especially because I layered other synths over it, but it's very subtle. Yeah, and just some EQ here to get rid of lows, more compression to bring everything to the surface so you can hear it clear. And then just more EQing to tame some lows that are introduced again. And then I just have some other synths here. Just a serum. Just a preset I found in my library. I thought this one sounded really good. And then another one. This one is kind of hard to hear. But it's there. If I could update the track, I would just boost this a little bit like that. But it's not a big deal. And then all together, it just sounds like this. And then everything together. So yeah, that's the melody. Right here at the beginning of the melody, right before the drop at the intro. I just have a low pass here. I have the drown out rack that I made. Literally just automating up, like opening. So it's getting brighter and brighter as the build-up progresses. It's getting brighter. And then it goes back down and then back up real quick. So yeah, that's the melody. That's what I have for the lead melody there. And then over here, I have some cymatics. So the chords that I use, by the way, if we want to talk about music theory, I use some chords from my cymatics pack, but the melody kind of came with it. But I tweaked the melody so that it has a few different notes, so it just sounds a little bit more different. And then I just have this saw coming in right here. So this super saw. So you can't hear it right here, but it comes in right here. It just like swells up and it's so magical. It's just so big because this synth is so wide. Fun fact, I actually made this preset. Like I made this sound in Serum. I love sound designing, and so if I could make my own sounds, I would, I do. So I mean, if I could use all my own sounds in my own music, I would, but I'm not that great yet. This is what it sounds like. So yeah, that's my patch. I called it Superb Saws because everyone calls it Super Saws. So yeah, it just opens up a lot right here. And then a sub bass comes in here right at this part. Very like gritty sub bass. It's just a Serum, just a regular sine wave, some distortion, tube distortion at 98% drive, 100% mix. So here's a trick. So I learned this from one of Nasco's streams. Is around like the 300 hertz area. I have it at 340. Around the 300 hertz area, usually like 330, 340 hertz. Just make a notch and make it pretty big. Because all of these frequencies are really nasty. Like if I take this off, if I just disable it, you get this really nasty like muddy frequencies right there. So if you just cut them out completely, you get a cleaner sub, and you're also getting this harmonic right here, which is like, I think it's an octave from the sub. So you can hear the sub even on like low quality speakers that don't have sub. So you'll be able to hear some of these frequencies up here. You'll hear that. You'll probably hear this frequency right there. So you'll perceive the bass if you just if you have some tube distortion there, and you also, even if you just notch it right here at 340 hertz. I also have erosion. So without it, and then with it, it's just a lot of grit on the top end, very wide too. So with it, without it, and with it. I also have an auto filter. It's automating at the drop. Yeah, we'll ignore that. And I also have this ampy rec. It just makes it a lot easier to control volume. So like the volume is going down. So yeah, the sub bass just goes down in volume as the track progresses on the build up. So let's talk about these shouts that I have here. I have some daisy shouts. Then I have her going. Have her going woohoo right here. Yeah, that's Daisy. Just a lot of I have an auto filter just cutting off like, you know, high frequencies and then slowly opening up. So like right here it's not that bright. Right here it's really bright. So it's getting brighter and brighter, not a big deal. Just a very subtle thing. EQ to get rid of lows, reverb, and then just compression to compress everything and glue everything together. I have the announcer right here.
Ready, go!
I thought that sounded really, really cool. And then on the second drop, he says 4, 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
And then in this area, it's actually Peach. It's not Daisy. So. And then right here she says, this is fun.
This is fun.
So yeah, all together. Nice little trick that I like to do is like a fake out drop. Oh yeah, and like before the fake out drop, I like to put this reverse kick. So it like sweeps into the kick of the drop. So it goes like whoop boom, you know, it just like smacks harder. And then it's a fake out. So there's like, so like on the first drop, it goes from like kick, 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 kick. And then over here, it has a fake out. And that's to kind of add tension and excitement. You know, it's like people are like ready to like start dancing to that part, and then they're like, wait, what happened? You know, what's going on? And you know, the sound is just, you know, morphing, and it's just like getting really wide and really big. And then on the next two bars, that's when it starts to really drop. So that's what this sounds like. It's getting really wide. And then everything just comes back right there. Kick, 4 on the floor. Just remove some like percussion elements here. Remove that little this little back air up tilt sound. And then I have more Daisy. I have Daisy shouts in the middle of the drop. So you'll hear it right here. And then this is Peach.
Aww.
Yeah, just a bunch of daisy sounds like in the middle of the drop. And then at the end, nice little way to end that. And then let's talk about Samsora's vocals. It's funny how I say vocals, like if Samsora intentionally tried to sing for the song. So yeah, again, it's the same processing as the first one. The only difference is I took off the EQ, I turned it off. So it sounds like a radio. I have some volume automation to control the volume. I have compression so that everything is just in the surface. I have a auto filter just to kind of like open up, you know, the energy of the song, the high frequencies. Soothe just to take care of some. Yeah, soothe just to take out those really harsh frequencies and tame them. A reverb, and then just more compression just to bring everything to the surface. And yeah, and then at the end here, I have this audio clip.
Look, y'all, I'm Peach.
Oh yeah, and so this part right here is just him. And then I layered the frying pan right here. And yeah, I don't think there's much more. I have this rainbow sound that plays at the second drop. It doesn't play at the first drop, I muted it, but at the second drop, it's super hard to hear. Like, you have to really pay attention to the song, or like really hear the song out and like listen for it in order to really hear that it's in the track. But it's in there. It's just subconsciously your mind perceives it as more energy in the second drop than the first drop. It's always good to have more energy on the second drop. You don't want to duplicate your drops because the energy isn't going anywhere. It's just staying in one spot. And the goal is to progress in energy, of course. Oh yeah, and then right here I have I have regular claps right here. So like I have a natural clap, just like super wide and on the sides. And then I have like this 808, no, not 808 clap. What am I saying? I'm using the regular daisy clap along with the walking sound. I have like a reversal effect right here. Right here. So like it sucks into the next clap. And then over here I have actually I forgot to talk about this. I have a plucking sound, like the turnip plucks. So this is what this sounds like. Just some soothe to get rid of the harsh frequencies. Oh, and then the peach chants. I have an auto filter just opening up the high frequencies. Notice how I actually did not use reverb on this. It actually already came with reverb, and so I thought it sounded fine. Yeah, that's really about it. Anything else that you hear in the track, like very specific, like super minor things, they're just little details added here and there. I do want to say, however, that like here at the fake out drop, I use a flanger effect in Serum, so I just automated the flanger knob. So it has like a DJ effect, like, you know, like a sweeping effect. It's a really cool effect. I also have the flanger effect. I also have it playing out in this part right here. So yeah, you could hear it there. It's like a very like cool sweeping effect. So yeah, there's that, and I think that covers everything. I don't really see anything that I missed. What's this? Oh, this is the announcer. Yeah, I covered everything. So yeah, all together, just like, you know, I'll play a drop. I have a 909 hat, so just so like this part doesn't have it. So yeah, it's just a 909 hat. You can hear it's this hi-hat right here. It's very obvious. I just thought it sounded really good, really groovy. Yeah, that's it for the track. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys like the track. I worked really hard on it, and it was a lot of fun to make. So yeah, stay tuned for maybe another video, maybe another track. Who knows? But yeah, that's gonna wrap up this video. Peace.